Want to strike it rich? Here's a simple recipe for success. Create a scrumptious beverage, load it up with sugar, and introduce it in a place where influential folks can be easily swayed. Then fire up endless advertising campaigns and weave yourself into every facet of the nation's lifestyle. Voila! Your money-making machine will run non-stop. Of course, in reality, it's a tad more intricate than that, but it's a piece of cake when your name is Coca-Cola. They've been merrily promoting their drinks in Mexico, fully aware that they're the top contributors to the nation's major issue, the diabetes epidemic. Welcome to the channel where we lurk into the shadows and explore the dark side of wealth, control, and conflict. If you want to get ahead in this game, then this is the place for you. I'm Scott Wilkinson. Let's dive right into it.
Mexicans are the biggest consumers of sugary drinks in the world. Poor towns across the country, Coca-Cola is more available than even fresh water.
For the past 40 years, diabetes in Mexico has been on the rise thanks to its obesity problem. Right now, around 14% of the adult population of 120 million people are dealing with this health issue, and it's causing some major problems in the healthcare system. Mexico's economic growth is playing a role in this mess. As people start earning more money, they're munching on more calories every day. Why? Well, they're chomping down on super processed foods and eating more meat. But the real superstar of this health drama is soda. In 2012, Mexico became the world champion of soda drinkers, with each person gulping down 176 liters of it every year. And guess who's responsible for this soda spree? Yep, you guessed it, Coca-Cola. The Coca Mexico saga isn't anything new. Coca-Cola have been selling their poison in Mexico for years, but it didn't really set the world on fire until the early 1970s. That's when they launched a mega ad campaign that swirled through Mexico like a whirlwind. Right around the same time, Coca-Cola decided to team up with the Mexico City Olympics and the World Cup. It was like a match made in fizzy heaven. Coke got so popular that in 1970, the then president Luis Echeverria tried to get his hands on the secret recipe to make Coke a national treasure. Spoiler alert, he didn't succeed, but it showed just how tightly Coca-Cola and Mexican politics had become. So much so that in December 2000, a man who used to sell Coke ended up becoming the president of Mexico. His name was Vicente Fox. He started as a humble delivery driver for Coca-Cola, then climbed the ranks to become the big boss of Coca-Cola in Mexico, and eventually he became the head honcho of the whole country. Since then, Coca-Cola has been on a marketing marathon, running ads all over the place, targeting folks of all ages, even the little ones. They've gotten cozy with communities, chipping in for fundraisers, rolling up their sleeves for volunteering, and showing up at local shindigs, all in the name of giving back. But guess what? They're also sneakily spreading their brand and logo to every nook and cranny of the country. They have even worked with researchers, foundations, think tanks, and sponsored conferences to downplay the harm that sugar consumption has on health, questioning the scientific evidence behind these claims and the effectiveness of prevention policies. In the country of Mexico, those red trucks with the twirly white logos are familiar sights in towns, villages, and even those twisty mountain roads. Coca-Cola fridges are the kings of corner shops, while billboard adverts are so widespread that folks often use them as building blocks for their homes. And get this, no celebration, whether it's a birthday, a wedding, or honoring a saint, is considered the real deal without some Coke. Bizarrely, Coca-Cola has found its way into indigenous religious practices and healing ceremonies. Now, a bottle of Coke isn't just a beverage. It's seen as a way to nourish benevolent spirits and aid those in need. Today, it holds a central role in many public and private rituals, right alongside incense, candles, and even sacrificial chickens. Oh boy. Mexico has fallen head over heels for Coca-Cola's sneaky marketing tricks, and it doesn't help that the Mexican government seems to be taking a nap on their duty to protect the people. It's like the entire nation is falling under Coke's sweet spell. In some places, Coca-Cola is practically the only liquid in town. Take San Cristobal de las Casas in Chiapas, for example. They got a real water shortage situation going on there, and folks have to choose between buying water from private trucks or simply drinking the vastly more accessible and cheaper option, Coke. While the local Coca-Cola plant extracts more than 30,000 gallons of water per day, the local folks only have limited access to surface water. So, guess what they end up chugging down? Yep, you guessed it, more than 2 liters of soda per person each day. Their consumption of Coke sugary soda in place of water has led to serious health complications among the general population. Coke addiction is a real problem in Mexico. Just check out a recent study in an indigenous community and you'll find that even 15% of little kids aged 1 and 2 are drinking Coke, and 3% of babies under 6 months love the stuff too. And does Coca-Cola care about the damage they're causing in Mexico? Nope. Not one bit. Coca-Cola is really making the country of Mexico sick. The best thing the country can do is drastically reduce their soda intake and reduce the amount of processed foods they consume, and start eating meat. Real meat, not that dangerous lab-grown stuff that's being pushed out to the public. That stuff is disgusting. And if you want to learn more about lab-grown meat, then check out my lab-grown meat video.